So obviously, just wrapped up a pretty good practice here, preparing for an upcoming meet. You know, how much fun are you having out here doing all this stuff? I mean, how exciting has it been to get to work with so many kids?
Oh, this is part of my life goals, and I love it. I can't even describe how much I love it. I love to see every individual get out of that comfort zone and do great. That's I love the spirit of excellence that's out here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then obviously I was talking with Coach Huling when you guys were setting this up, and you know, you guys were hoping maybe 30, 40. You got 60 kids out here pretty consistently. How awesome is it to see so many kids from the Oglethorpe County come out here and participate in this?
Well, I'm gonna be totally honest, I'm not surprised because I know once parents are exposed to this kind of activity, it's like a no-brainer. So I'm not really surprised, and I'm so glad that were able to pioneer this group. I really am.
Yeah, and then obviously, you know, you've had a couple meets so far. How have those meets gone? Have you been happy with
every meet has been great. And I tell them all, you never lose. You either win or you learn. And we've been learning, and everybody's been getting better. And we're developing. Our recreation track and field is a development phase, so we are very much satisfied with our development. I tell the coaches every week, every practice, we talk about where have we developed, and not only the students, the coaches are developing. We're getting better. We're going back, figuring out what we need to do better. If the times are not where we need them to be, then we got to figure out what we have to do. We cannot blame the students because we are the developers.
Definitely. You know, what have you seen kind of develop over this time? It's early, but you know, what have you really seen develop out of them and out of you coaches?
This is what the main thing that I look at as a 38-year coach, that the young kids don't have a whole lot of things cluttered in their permanent memory. So when you train those small things for the first time, they are there. And that's what we do. We have some drills that we go over every practice, and it's just like muscle memory. So it's been a great experience to see them learn new things and see them doing things in meets that is like regular, automatic. So once they get to the middle school level, they won't have to reteach those things. All they have to do is confirm and work on skills.
I remember you talking to some of them in the breakdown. You know, hey, I remember when you used to be the rambunctious one, and now you got to settle your little brother down.
Yeah.
How much fun is it to be able to work with some of these kids over time like this, and continuing to be able to do so and something like this?
I love it. This, like I said, I've done almost 3 generations of kids. Some of the kids that I coached back in the early 80s, late 80s and early 90s, I've coached their kids. So it's like really, really good. So I'm in love with it. It's just a passion.
Yeah, and then you know, obviously you're coaching such a wide group of kids from all ages. You know, what are some of the fun things about getting to coach just a wide group of ages, and then you know, what are maybe some of the challenges with that too?
Well, the basic thing is when you realize that when there's hard work and opportunity come together, there's normally great results. And I see that it has not changed from the day one of my coaching. When hard work from coaches, student, and opportunity come together, it's always good results. So it never changes.
Yeah, and then hey, I remember, I mean, it was just you and Coach Huling to start, and I come out here, and you guys got a ton of coaches out here.
Oh yeah. God blessed us with some sincerely great coaches that know what to do and are willing to submit to what's going on, and it's great. I mean, it's a win-win situation. We got parents, some coaches that are parents, and they understand how important it is. They see what we're trying to do. They see our goals. So I think it's really great.
Yeah, and then obviously, you know, I was talking to Michael White, and he was like, "Man, you guys coach them up." You know, how important is it to still kind of make sure you're still holding those coaching, you know, philosophies, and still making sure that even as young as they are, that you're coaching them up as best as you can, the same way you would a 10-year-old.
Oh yeah. Look, it's like seriously important. And I'm telling you, some of these little kids that you see, some of these small things that they're learning, they'll always have. So, you know, it's a win-win situation.
Definitely.
Win-win.
Absolutely. Kind of keeping on with that, you know, obviously you've had great coaches, but your assistant right here, how great has it been to kind of work through with Coach Huling on this, and kind of you two get to set this up and get this started?
Oh, well, number one, he's just like a son to me. And I you know, he's not quite as loud as I am. I think our different personalities work together real well, and he's very smart, very humble, and he knows and he realized where my passions are. So we have no problems. There's no ego in there at all, and I just love it. I just love it, and I think what things I'll be thinking, he's like, "Oh, coach, what about this?" We already thinking together, so it's a blessing. It really is.
And how nice of it. You talked about how great it is to have so many coaches. How nice is it to be able to work on the track, on hurdles, on high jump and stuff like that? How is it great to be able to go on all directions?
Hey, look, that's the basis of excellence. You got to prepare. Preparation is the key. So we get like you say, we got a great track to work on. We got the high jump pit. We got the hurdles. We got and when you have the proper tools, you can't complain. It's just a win-win situation. So I am thankful, seriously.
Yeah, and then obviously you're praying after matches, after meets and everything, and stuff like that. That connection with faith. I mean, not only how important is it for you in this group, but how important is it for bringing you guys together as a family and a community?
Oh, listen, faith in God first, is the most important part of this whole thing. Without God, we cannot do anything. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. So he has allowed me to go through enough, and I don't have to preach to Craig. I walk before Craig. I walk before the other coach. I walk before the parents. So it's not like an act. I love what I'm doing, and I do it with consistency. And they realize it. You know, when you talk the talk and don't walk the talk, then you have tendency to have everybody gonna make mistakes. But when you walk the talk, consistency, then you see the fruit of it. Yeah. So your faith is the most important thing. Your faith and your belief. Because if I don't believe in God, I can't believe in myself. I can't display that to nobody else.
Definitely. And then, obviously a lot of kids rolling out of here with hoodies. They got some nice little swag. You tell them not to sleep in them. Clearly they're comfortable enough that they want to.
Yeah.
How did that kind of come together, and how cool is it to be able for them to rep Oglethorpe's colors, especially?
Oh yeah, that was part of the plan, to have the uniform for the that was all Oglethorpe, and so we can participate in the state, and that helps in their performance. If you got a kid that look good, he's gonna perform. You don't want to have the kids to go out down there, because everything is competitive now. Every team has a uniform looking nice. It's no more t-shirts and a basketball shorts kids running in. Everybody want to look nice, and first of all, like we said, we're representing God, so we want the best of what we can do. We're representing the county, so we want to represent the county the right way, and representing their families. So the parents paying their fees, so they want to see their kids do good and look good. And that's why we don't have to have closed practices. Parents can be right here. They see we don't have anything to hide. We show them everything we do. And I love it, because the parents, some of the parents are smart enough now to pick up on some of the things that we do in practice, and they working with the kids at home. So like I said, win-win situation.
Yeah, I mean, how great has the parent support been, especially the fact that they do get to watch and cheer on their kids during practice?
Well, I personally haven't had any problem, not any of the parents, because they see it. Everything that we say that's going to happen or will not happen if you do A, B, and C, they've seen it. And it's been proven. From day one, the parents have been very, very supportive. So I'm good. I'm good with them. And the parents are good.
Yeah. Now, who are some of the individuals that have really, surprised you, have really, really, taken this in stride and really showcase some awesome stuff at some of these meets and in practice, and who have grown really heavily in this process so far?
Well, of course, we had some kids that ran with us last year that are familiar. Courtney, Foot, Area, Z, Chase. Those kids ran last summer, so they already they had the basics. So they have shown leadership, all of them, as young as they are. They've shown leadership, and they've shown that, hey, we got it. And there are some few kids. We got a little kid by the name of Lane. He was sick last week, and we got a couple of this little what's his name? Wyatt Browning. He's a young kid that he's showing a lot of promise. We got one little kid, Wade. He's showing a whole lot of promise, and the parents are understanding. It's hard work, but they get in here and they work hard, and you can see it. I kind of know, based upon what we do all week, how the meets are going to be. Based upon what the people we've already run against, I see that now, so we're good. Yeah, we and the little ones, you know, the first meet we went to, it was a small meet. It wasn't very competitive, and it gave most of the kids an opportunity to either get first, second, or third. And so now it is more competitive and more people running. Now they have to understand, in the midst of not being number one or number two or number three, what do I do? So it gives us an opportunity to work on the things they need to do to get better. So it's an ongoing process, but it's going well.
Definitely. And being that it's a rec instead of AAU, how fun is it to see so many kids coming out that maybe you wouldn't have seen in the AAU circuit?
See, that's the name of the game, because it's rec development. And long as the parents keep that in mind, not to bring a 6-year-old out here and think they're going to be a gold medalist. They realize that, okay, this is development. Now, some parents, you're going to have the pipe dreams because they're living their dreams through the kid again, but they realize, and we tell them real quick, you got to go through the motion. Yeah, me too.